Hey guys, my name is the Goof Noob and I post daily videos about aviation. By the way, I'm sorry that I didn't post a video yesterday. That was because on TV there was a documentary about the Concorde. And because of that, today's video will be about the Concorde. If you haven't already, go check out some of my other videos where I talk about the de Havilland Comet, the first jet airliner. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. From 1976 to 2003, there was a supersonic passenger jet called Concorde. Today, it takes 7 hours to fly from London to New York. In the Concorde, it took just 3 hours and a half. The Concorde represented class, style, and a miracle of engineering. When a Concorde would pass, everyone would look up. Then, in 2003, it stopped. Before getting into the details, we have to point out that the dream of supersonic travel became a thing after Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier during an experimental flight in 1947. Americans, Russians, British, and French governments dumped hundreds of millions of dollars in supersonic travel. Boeing won the American design contract in 1967, but the project ended after getting a funding cut. Instead, in Russia, the Tupolev Tu-144 flew, but was grounded after a series of incidents.
Ooh, wait till you see the. Ooh. No. Look at the top of his head.
The aircraft that won the battle was Concorde. The design of the Concorde was astonishing. It wasn't made with computers, but with simple trial and error. The fuselage of the plane had to be very narrow to fly at supersonic speeds, and the shape of the wings had to change as well. But something that is not as easily noticed is that the paint on the plane was twice as reflective as the paint on normal aircraft to compensate for the heat from air friction. Since pilots could not see ahead of them whilst taking off and landing because of the angle of approach, scientists and engineers made a solution. The Concorde would feature a droop snoot. In fewer words, the nose of the Concorde would lower by 12 degrees, allowing the pilots to see more easily. Concorde flew at Mach 2, which is more than 2,100 kilometers per hour, which is even faster than the Earth spins. To reduce drag, the Concorde would cruise so high that you could see the Earth's curve. Concorde would be the plane used by celebrities and politicians. The food that was featured during the flight was also extremely delicious. The crisis of Concorde began on July 25th in 2000. A Concorde punctured a tire during takeoff on Air France Flight 4590. And 113 people died. After this incident, the plane was grounded until November of 2001. By that time, the September attacks had already depressed the industry. Another factor of the failure of the plane, believe it or not, was due to noise. The noise on takeoff and landing was very high, but the supersonic booms had no comparison. In the 60s, the Air Force ran a sonic booms test over Oklahoma City, and many residents reported hundreds of damaged windows and noise disturbances. The experiment was even canceled early because of these complaints. This meant that supersonic flight could only be done over the ocean, thus limiting the routes for future flights and decreasing the number of orders. This was also one of the reasons that Boeing's project failed. This was paired with environmental concerns. Many scientists thought that supersonic aircraft would damage the ozone layer much more severely than... Many scientists thought that...
Look at this dude.
Many scientists thought that supersonic aircraft would damage the ozone layer much more severely than conventional airliners. Also, the immense price to run the plane increased the ticket up to $12,000 for just a round trip. All of these factors contributed to the fall of the Concorde, and because there weren't any profits that were coming from the Concorde, it was retired. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications to never miss out on a video. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.